Welcome to Cooking and Gardening with Vivian. In this video, you will be given step-by-step instructions on how to preserve and can apples. First, you'll have to wash your apples, of course. So here I have my handy-dandy peeler that I'm peeling all my apples. And it takes a minute to get all these apples peeled. Of course, once I peel them, I'm going to go through them, make sure there are no bad spots on them. Then I'm going to cut them up, and right now I am cutting them up and I'm putting them in a pan of water with some lemon juice. The lemon juice will help stop the apples from oxidizing and turning brown. So make sure, if you are canning apples, make sure you use lemon juice to cut the process down. So here you can see I've already peeled and cored and put quite a few apples in my big pot. I'm cooking them down, and this is now becoming applesauce. So this process takes anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. I'm cooking it down so that I can get rid of a lot of the liquids. Apples have a lot of water in them, and so you want to cook them down with a nice and thick. I actually have 2 pots of them. I had that many apples. That's the second pot. Once the apples are cooked down to the consistency that I want, I will then start the canning process. Now, friend, remember, when you're canning, you want to make sure that you get your jars ready. Right now, I'm cooking these apples down. They're a little chunky, but you don't want to cook them too fast, because if you cook them too fast or you have your burner on too high, you could scorch them or burn them, and you don't want to do that. So make sure you don't turn your power on too high. Okay? So here you can see I've got my canner on. I'm loading up with jars. I am getting ready to sterilize my jars and get ready to put the apples in the jars here shortly. Now here I'm debubbling with that little gadget that you see me going up and down in the jar. That takes out all the air bubbles. So you want to make sure you clear your air bubbles when you are in the canning process. And then one other thing I want to remind you guys too, also make sure you run your finger around the edge of your jar to make sure you don't feel any cracks. Make sure you wipe your jars properly so that you'll get a good seal. Because once you go through this whole entire process, you don't want to end up not having sealed jars. So just make sure you take caution. Okay, here I'm adding some cinnamon to the applesauce to give it a cinnamon flavor. The jars prior to, which were the quart-sized jars, were all regular applesauce that I didn't add any type of seasoning other than just sugar and a little bit of lemon juice. The processing time for quarts or pints is 20 minutes, and that's what I'm doing now, setting my timer for 20 minutes. Once that 20 minutes is up, I turn off my timer, and I'm now ready to take my jars out my pot from processing. And just remember to be careful because there's some hot steam, the water coming out of that pot. So typically I wait about 5 minutes, let some of that steam come out before I take my jars out. We ended up with about 4 jars of the quart size applesauce and 3 jars of the pint size. And I did flavor those with some cinnamon. As you can see, I still have the canned wings on the counter. I have not put into storage yet. But yeah, this was a great project. I enjoyed it. It was apples that were given to me. Rather than them going bad, I was able to preserve them, and we can eat on these later on. So just keep that in mind. Anytime you have an abundance of food, you can preserve it. So guys, if you would, continue to watch my videos, share, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.